Welcome into this tutorial. In this tutorial, I will show you how you can create a cycle under a new release. In the last tutorial, we were using the demo project and we created two new release. Um, now, let me show you how we can create a cycle under a release. Before that, let me give you a little bit more information about cycles. If you expand these earlier releases, you can see there are multiple cycles under a release. So, so what happened? So, if you consider in testing perspective, what happened if there is a problem into the application? It is identified by the tester and is given to that developer. Sometime when they fixed one problem, sometimes they create another new problem into that application. So so most of this application, they have a regression testing pack, which is basically um, you go through a certain number of test cases in your after every changes you make into that application. So in when you are testing a application, you will end up with multiple cycles of testing. um, okay, so let me say as I already told earlier, say we identified there is a issue in the flight search option into the Mercury tour application, and we want to fix it, and the developers they informed us it is already fixed. Now we need to test it. So for example, like say we want to introduce a new testings. So say in cycle 1. So this is cycle 1, and the start date is today, and the end date will be this is the release start date and the release end date. So we need to complete this cycle within this time frame between, but as we know, we will have more cycles. So for this cycle, we'll say we'll start it from by end of April, and say we'll done by middle of May sometime with the cycle 1. Yeah, you can provide some description, but it's not required, or you can also attach some files if you want, but again, these are not mandatory. So if you after providing this information, if you click OK, so you can see the cycle 1 is created. And so this is cycle 1, and you do all your testing, and then you identified a few more issues into the application. Then it is informed to the project manager and test manager, and they decide go for another cycle. So let me show how we can add another cycle. So again, there is a button, new cycle button. You can click and add as I showed earlier, or what you can do this time, I'll say you can right click to the new release, and then you can select a new cycle from here, and in with the cycle 2, and last cycle we are done on May 15, and say this one will start from for May 19, and say it will go for till June 13, and then you can click OK. So now you can see another cycle is created. So in this tutorial, you learned how to add multiple cycles to a release, and that's it for this tutorial. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial.